Okay. Hello. My name is Mr. Jones. I'm calling again. I want to talk with you about a few subjects I got. I know everybody's concerned about the protests and the virus, uh, things like that. I just want to talk with you about those subjects. Okay. About the protests. Now you got good protesters, you got bad protesters. Um, and we can think about it. Martin Luther King, he mostly organized his protests. He just didn't have a wild thing, everybody come in now, but he mostly had it organized. Whoever was in it, he had it kind of organized. And he had by organizing like that, they was able to get ready for, have babysitters and take care of the kids and stuff. They wasn't in the streets all the time, but so when he did this, because in Alabama, I was down there in Alabama when they did something like this here. I was down there with him. I remember Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson and Abernathy them. They had on the blue jeans outfits, coveralls outfits and stuff, but they did the. It was good protesters. They didn't. Uh, they wasn't wild. They didn't fight. They took the hits and blows and stuff what they had. You know, uh, they took all that, but they didn't throw back. They didn't fight back. They didn't fight back. But I think some of the guys, uh, let me see, Huey Newton and Stokely Carmichael, them, I think they tried to talk them into fighting back. But Martin Luther, he didn't go for that. He didn't want that. So he hung himself and they take the beats and stuff. Him and John Lewis. Oh yeah, they took that. And they was they probably had some sit-ins and stuff, but they they know they wasn't go to jail, but even they didn't fight back. They went to jail for a few sit-ins and stuff. Cause my brother he went to jail with Martin. He was in there with Martin Luther King. He was in a cell together, and some more guys there, and in Alabama. But you can just call it. There was good protesters. They didn't fight back. And John Lewis said, "Be constructive. Be constructive, not destructive. Uh, not tear up everything. You know, be constructive. You do something good and do it right. But destructive is you tear up a lot of stuff. And as the scripture say, "For if I build again the things which I destroyed, I make myself a transgressor." So that meaning, our forefathers, they helped build this country. They helped build a lot of the stuff here. So uh, we tearing down what they helped build this whole country. A lot of more countries they have built. But anyway, but what I'm saying here, we don't want to tear down the stuff that they have sweat. You know, they sweat, they died, they blood was shed, but to build this country, help build this country. But anyway, uh, we have to realize that, we don't want this tear down stuff. You know, a lot of people want this country uh, to just give up. But the forefathers, our uh, spiritual fathers, you know, the White House, they was like that. They were, you know, they had the principle of the Bible. They built it up on the Bible, you know. So you just have to get back to that point. Because the way they going now, you tearing down the art, the statues and stuff, just let it be, but forgetting those things which are behind, and let that be, those are stepping stones for us. We can look back at that, you know, whoever they was in the statues. We can look back and step away from that, it's something that we went through with. We can't hurt the statue, we can't have to, our forefathers, they took all that, so the statues, some beautiful art, and respect, have to respect the artists who made those statues and sculptures and stuff like that, but we have to just go on. We ain't gonna forget it, but we have to let it go. I know we ain't gonna forget it, but we have to let it go, and going on to perfection, you know. Get your life straightened out, get your career or whatever you want to do. You want to get in the ministry or whatever, uh, be successful. Kids be successful. But we do have to look at our kids. It's good to demonstrate and protest, but we have to do it right. We don't want to leave our kids at home and nobody taking care of them. But anyway, uh, we have to do things in order. Martin Luther King, he did most things in order, you know. But let me see. I just want to say. Yeah, I just want to say, once you protest and get, things you protest about or whatever, you want to change. So after you get the attention of the people, it's best to just go home and pray. Pray for the rest of the time. You get that attention now, pray for the thing to come forth. But if you still out there protesting and stuff like that, that's all right. But what I'm saying, it run into complications. You know, somebody else will get in the crowd. They just make it, they, start doing things that is bad and make the good protesters look bad. So once you get the attention and stuff and let the people sit down and write and get it on the agenda. Give them time to think about that, but your power is to pray about it and pray it on out. You got the attention now, so pray for it. The power of prayer, God answered prayer. Okay, I just want to say now about the polices and the soldiers, and God wants us to pray for everyone in authority. Polices, soldiers, governors, supervisor, whatever, whoever's in authority, pray, that we will have a good, peaceful life. That's in the book of, I think it's Timothy. But anyway, you have to pray for those people in authority that they will make the right decisions and do the right thing. But when we don't, this will happen. Everything get out of order. And then let's see, Romans the 13th chapter talk about the police and the ones in authority. How we have to, they are ministers. Police are ministers. A lot of people don't know that. They are ministers. God put them out there. God ordained them police. He ordained police. So, but some of them got on their wolves in sheep clothes. Some of them are bad. Some soldiers are bad. Some police are bad. Everyone in those positions, they got the good one and the bad ones. But Romans the 13th chapter, I'm surprised that no one told the people about this, because you can do something, say something to the police, but you're fighting against God when you do that. You should obey the laws of the land. So if you don't obey what the police say, is a trouble. Let me read it. Let me show you this. A lot of people don't know about that. He said, Romans the 13th chapter. He said, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The power that be ordained of God. Whosoever therefore resists the power resisted the ordinance of God. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnations. He said, for rulers are not a terror of good. He said, rulers are not a terror of good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. But he is the minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he bare not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that do evil. Wherefore ye must need be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience sakes. Yeah. So he goes on like that. If you read, get a chance to read the book of Romans 13th chapter, and he's speaking about the funds too. We have to give tribute to them. They're supposed to have their money and stuff. That's their money is to help them and take care and protect the peoples and the children. That's what it's for. I'm talking about the good police now, the good soldiers. You got some out there who traitors and do stuff like that and make everything look bad. But these people are God. They're ordained of God to keep order. He said, wherefore, well, he said, for this cause pay ye tribute also. But they are good, for they are God ministers, attending continually upon this very theme. Render therefore to all their dues, Tribute to whom tribute is due. Custom to whom custom. Fear to whom fear. Honor to whom honor. So what I'm saying here, you get a chance to read that. Romans 13 chapter. These people, so they done God work. So if you fight against the police, the good police and soldiers, you're fighting against God. Because those people are ordained. The president, everybody who is in order, they're ordained of God to do that work. So as you're resisting them, but God knows who's right and who's wrong. He knows what they do. Some of it is wrong, some of it is right, but he knows what's going on. And he'll fix that. You know? Jesus Christ, he'll fix that. But we have to respect those people. If you don't respect them, you're disrespecting God, people, ministers. They're ministers. Police are ministers. Soldiers they're ministers. Good work. Ministers of God. A lot of people don't know that. But that's in the book of Romans. And they have to have money to take care of their family, so God knows that. Okay. Oh yeah, the virus. Let me talk about the virus, because I know the virus, it causing a lot of deaths and stuff. It caused a whole lot of deaths and troubles and stuff. But God, Jesus, He wants us to be healthy. But if you just, if you done the right thing, we'll be healthy. And the one thing, He's angry with the wicked every day. And a lot of people's dying from this virus. But He speak of this right here. What Ezekiel 18. He said, when a righteous man turned away from his righteousness and committed iniquity, about the righteous, the Christians, and in them, and died in them, when a righteous man turned from his righteousness and committed iniquity and died in them, for his iniquity that he had done shall he die. Now he's saying now, that's about the righteous man. But the wicked man, he say, again, when the wicked man turned away from his wickedness that he had committed, and doeth that which is lawful and right, he shall save his soul. He shall save his soul alive. So God speak of that, the pollution and stuff, that damage a lot of things. Like I said a while ago, the carbon dioxide, carbon dioxides is in the vegetables and the trees and stuff. So if the sun is when the sun shines, it take that oxygen out the trees and all the green plants and stuff. That's what the sunshine do. But if too much carbon, too much emission in there, blocking the sunshine, blocking that. You can't see that carbon dioxide and all that emission and stuff, but it's blocking. So if it's blocking, because when the sun shines, it brings oxygen out the trees and the vegetables and stuff. But it's the emissions there, it blocks it. And the people's, and this is what happens, people can't get enough oxygen. Because if what happens is carbon monoxide in those emissions, and that attack the bloodstream, that attack the muscles and the lungs, the air passengers, that carbon monoxide. And this is why a lot of people's dying out because of that. They can't get the oxygen that they need, you know? And that's why a lot of, the vegetables and stuff, and it's important. The green grass and stuff around us. And that, like I say, that's what caused a lot of that. We're not getting the oxygen that we need, because oxygen is very important to the body, to mankind, to humankind, to animals and everybody. Everything that liveth on this earth, insects, is very important, but if we're not getting it properly, people die out. So the cars and all machinery, pollution manufacturing and stuff like that, but if they building they got to make a change on it. The electric cars is good, but they got to have enough of them to get this really change. But anyway, see the jet streams, they carry that pollution. That jet stream travels from the north to the south, and it come back around, it whirl back around and to the north. So wherever that jet stream go, it carry that pollution. This is why some people's in crowds, a lot of them might be passing away in a crowd or something, because that thing carry a lot of, the jet stream carry that from here to there. Okay, and let me talk about this here, right here. Okay, now Jesus, he wants us, until they prepare, until mankind can, until Jesus fix it. But God wants man to acknowledge what they have done. They have polluted things. But until Jesus fix that problem, I advise you to, all of you, if you know how to build a greenhouse, I know you do, but the importance of those greenhouses, you can have them in buildings. If you got a room for just the green vegetables and stuff in there, you can get that, they all clustered together there. You get oxygen from those things. But you have to, if you ain't got a greenhouse, make a greenhouse in your building, in your house, just have plants in the house, it's all right too. But if you had a cluster in a certain area and had a vent, have a vent to pull that stuff out in the greenhouse room, because the greenhouse you got to have lights in there to pull the oxygen out those plants. So this here would be good for schools, for buildings, and everything. It'll give you extra, it'll give you oxygen, you know, to survive in your house, in the building, at work, or wherever you go. But you must put these things, these plants, all because they give out oxygen. Get the flower plants or whatever trees, whatever, just get a cluster of them in a big room or whatever, building, you know, and that will help out a whole lot. You'll get the oxygen that you need, you know. But you have to put a vent back there in the furnace room. That's good because it can go up, you can carry the furnace carried out to the vents. But what you want to do, you want to mostly get that oxygen from the plants and stuff. You don't want too much of that outside. But you might have a little bit of that air to come from outside to make that natural oxygen go through the house. But what I'm saying here, that will help out a whole lot. You'll get that next natural oxygen from those plants and stuff. You know, from the build your greenhouse. It should be in the buildings, you know, schools, building, houses. Should have a cluster of plants in your home. You know, trees and flowers or something. You gotta put them in a room. Put a door there with a screen door to make sure the insects. I don't know if it might have insects, but make sure the insects don't come out. But just have a screen door, a room or something where all your vegetables and plants that you get your oxygen, you know, and that will help you survive until this outside get fixed. Otherwise, a lot of people is going to suffer because they're not getting enough oxygen. But okay, I just wanted to tell you that because a lot of people is going through a lot of stuff. But anyway, if you want to contact me in any kind of way, I got a number here. It's 07, it's a route number, 072 001079. That's the First Independent Bank. That's in Detroit. First Independent Bank, that's in Detroit. Okay, and the account numbers are 833 14 81 81. The name is Prentice L. Jones Sr. Prentice L. Jones Sr. So if you want to contact. Well, anyway, may Jesus continue to bless and make everything all right with all y'all, because we, you know, people really need that. People's insurance, you know, they're going through a whole lot. People want to get out the house and stuff, you know, God, like I say, God don't have no pleasure in, you know, the people's dying, the wicked dying and stuff like that. His will is for the people to repent and get right. He wants to save them all. But if they don't want to do that, they just, just die out. Um, okay, may Jesus bless and keep all y'all. If the minister just follow as Jesus taught his apostles, things will go right. Everybody got their own way. He speaks of thieves. You either go the way Jesus taught his apostles, but if you climb up another way, you're a thief. He called you thieves. So those some words there. All of God's word is pure and true and powerful. Jesus taught the apostles to do what, to baptize and be filled with the power of the Holy Spirit, but if people is not following how Jesus taught them, it came up another way. He called them a thief. They're thieves. Well, anyway, may Jesus continue to bless and keep all y'all. Okay. Okay, Jerry. Jerry. Jeremy. Okay. Okay, well. Okay, if you want to put that account number there, you can do that. Just you cut it off.